Call to order the Public Works and Utility Committee meeting Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, 5:37 PM, held at the Richard Young Fire Station. Roll call, please.
Trustee Moonen,
Present and chairing.
Trustee Beal. Here. DPW Director Willikowski,
Here.
Committee Member Everly,
Here.
Committee Member Miller. Here. We've got Engineer Lysis subbing in for Engineer Neitzel, present and in the audience, Administrator Green, DC Finance Trumper. Here. And Clerk Capuzzo to record the minutes.
Missing one?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Committee Member Dan Pless is absent and excused. Apologies.
We will do the, not publicized, but let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Approval of meeting minutes, 2/18/2026, Public Works Utility Committee meeting minutes. Those are in your packet, and if anyone has questions or comments, please raise them. Hearing none, I'll be looking for a motion to approve.
I make a motion we approve.
Made by Ms. Beal,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Mueller. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 4-0. Departmental reports, Department of Public Works, DPW Director Willikowski.
Evening, everyone. For the month of February, we only had 2 winter weather events, so that was pretty nice. And then the guys at the highway shop worked on a bunch of truck repairs, as you can see in some of the photos. Kingpin replacements, leaf spring, gearboxes, and there's a bunch of wrenching going on for that. We did put up the temporary seasonal weight limits at the beginning of March here, and just worked in the shop and did some tree cutting out on routes. And then the parks, same there with tree trimming. They backfilled the concrete slabs at the new baseball field, did some shop work and worked on their UTV. And then for myself, we did have another grinder pump failure. That one was a cost of $606.96 to repair. And then we received the new plow truck chassis, and also did employee midterm reviews, and working on getting things together for grading the new LCP baseball field. So, any questions?
Was that failure after the new directive went in place?
Oh, for the grinder pump?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shortly after, like 2 weeks, not even.
But was it beneficial or to have that exercisable?
Yes, very much so.
Isn't that the one that it made a noise and they called in DeBellic and time they got there was no noise at all? Isn't that the one?
That was the one,
Okay.
alarm going off all the time. So
Okay, so it didn't.
something with the internals of it brought
Okay.
it out.
Okay, all right, thank you.
When they're gonna have the box and plow and crap on your new truck? 6 months?
I think we're looking at possibly a year
A year?
and a half till the truck can go in to get retrofitted. So we got it at the fire station right now. They have enough room for us to keep it over there in the meantime. So
Anything for DPW for Nick? All right, nothing. I'll call the utility district engineer. Standing in is Mitch Lights.
Yeah, good evening. So just to summarize Don's report here that he provided on March 18th, the Janine and Plainview lift stations were slightly down from the January flows. You can see the numbers there. The Janine lift station had a flow of 21 gallons per minute for the month of February, while January was at 26 gallons per minute on average. Plainview lift station, that lift station was at 21 gallons per minute, and That's for February, with January's being at 25 gallons per minute on average. So that being said, the Willow Springs flow, that again is still being averaged from the 2004 and 2005 flows that were recorded for the month of February back then, to come up with an average for the village at this point in time. So that being said, Don kind of mentioned that this last month that they're still waiting for Next Electric to provide an additional cost for the electric line to that lift to that flow meter, and they're looking for a direct line to get right to that flow meter. So they have to work with We Energies. I can tell you, working with We Energies is not the easiest, so I'm sure that that might take a little bit of time. But Don has been communicating with Next Electric, trying to get that as soon as possible. Historically, though, so the Janine lift station for February was down compared to what we've seen in 2025 and 2024. The Plainview lift station was down from the 2024 year, but slightly higher than the 2025 year for the average flows. And I'll leave the Willow Springs flow alone since we're still averaging that. Regarding the Richmond School lift station, unless somebody's got questions about the other numbers. So the total runtime between pump 1 and 2 basically was at 74 hours for the month. And there was a good equal amount of pumping between the two pumps that were there. With regards to, there was that pump failure. So Brabazon, I believe that's how you say it. Unfortunately, because of what they found within the pump, the interior of that pump, they found a lot of silt and sand. They're not willing to warranty that item. So that being said, Don has some costs in here on the repair of, or the repair or replacement. I'd have to take a look at that, but of that pump. And then what he is recommending is that we pump that lift station down, get it cleaned out, and take a look internally to make sure that there's no damage on the inside, any cracks, any infiltrations that are happening within that structure itself. And then if there is something more, he's recommending, or not within that lift station, that we're going to have to do a little bit more investigating. One of the other things he mentioned to me, and I don't know if it's in the report here, but he did say that Richmond School is still looking to do their televising of their sewer lines underneath the building there. They were originally going to do it this last month, but he was recommending that they hold off because he wanted to wait till some of that frost got out of the ground and that we could see if there was any type of infiltration happening. So he'll continue to work with them to get that scheduled and report the results. That being said, the well for Richmond School was at 36,500 gallons for the month of February, which is down actually a good amount from the numbers from January of 49,400. And regarding the usage from 2025, it's about the same and just below the usage from 2024. The fire station well was very consistent with last month's usage. And then the Casey's well was down from the previous month.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, what's the reason? Do you know why that these issues were in that pump, that they were not covered under warranty? Why? Was it not installed properly? Because I don't remember ever hearing that this happened before.
No, something like that. Those pumps aren't made to pump sand, silt, stuff like that. So when something in the system gets in there and causes that failure, that's why they won't warranty it. If it's something that's internal in the pump, a seal
it-
breaks or something like that, they'll end up covering.
Why did it get there? Was it too low that it was by this? I'm just
No,
kind
so
of curious.
it's from an external factor. So there's silt and sand getting into that
Yeah.
wet well.
Yep,
So it's some failure from the system
I
outside
just
of
don't
the,
know why. Okay.
that's where his recommendation is to pump it all down to see what
Oh.
the structure looks like.
Okay.
And then I think too, televising the sewer from the school is gonna tell us a lot as well.
yep.
Thank you.
I mean, that's it for his report. I know there's some other items that are on the agenda for tonight, so
Is something scheduled, Mitch, to do that? To pump?
to
the
pump it
station?
down at this
Yeah.
point? No, but I can talk to Don and we can make sure that we
Yeah,
get
I
that
mean, to
taken care
get
of.
something scheduled because. So what went back in there? The spare that we had over at the treatment plant?
Do you know that?
Yes.
So we don't have a spare now. We have a broken pump and a spare. And no
Yep.
spare. Now we need to get that station rectified before we end up with one pump.
Right. And like I said,
Pumping sand, I'd rather pump sand with an old unit than a brand new unit.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's figure out why we're pumping sand.
Yes, exactly. That's my,
I think he provided a cost for the repair of that
Yep.
that second pump. And I believe that's on the agenda item to talk about whether we approve that or not. So
All right, anything for Kunkel? Special projects, Administrator Green.
We're gonna have a thorough discussion this evening regarding sewer expansion areas. I do want to bring up that the manager of the mobile home park reached out. They are interested in extending water to that location, and they are willing to pay the cost to do it. So we had a joint phone call with Ben Wood, who's the engineer over at Lannon, to potentially be Lannon customer for water. And so he's filled out a professional fees reimbursement and a formal letter requesting services. So that'll probably be on the agenda for next month.
Unfinished business discussion, necessary action regarding status update on lift stations. Mitch, you're gonna do that one again?
this is where Don had received the quotes from Brabazon to make the repairs of that to that pump, and it looks like standard repairs. I think you guys have it in your packet as well, but
Yep.
there's a net price of for the standards of repairs include the $2,145. But then there's a pump replacement cost of $5,500, depending on what you guys want to do.
So those are the two options. The first one's a repair and the second one's a new pump.
That's what it looks like to me, yes.
And if you're looking for that in your packet, it's the last 3 pages of Don's report.
For the pump replacement, it's a 1 to 2 week estimated lead time. For the repair, they're looking at 2 to 3 weeks needing to make the repairs.
what kind of a warranty would it have for a repair?
That is a great question. I'm unsure of what that would be. I don't see it in here.
To me, that would make a difference.
Nick, do you remember what we did last time with the repair versus replacement? Or we just?
I don't recall repairing.
It does say a standard warranty on the rebuilt pump is 6 months.
Yeah, and it was brand new, so I don't think we ended up getting it repaired. That's
I thought the first one we did, we went through that and that's what sparked this. Repair, keep one on hand kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't see anything
Yeah,
on
I
the new
don't.
pump.
I mean, if you buy a new one, we gotta pay to have it shipped from where the heck it's coming from, so it's gonna be probably $6,000
Hmm.
or more.
How old is that pump? That one that they need to fix? Another question?
What-
Not
th- Isn't this one the
I
new
wish I
one? Huh?
knew.
This is the new
About a
one
year.
that just went in that wasn't under warranty. So I think that we should fix, I think,
I would fix it.
I would make a motion to fix it.
I would do. Me too.
Motion's been made by Ms. Hiller,
I second.
second by Ms. Field. Anyone have discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, carries 4-0 to the repair.
Thank you, Jane.
Close that and open discussion, necessary action regarding sewer hookup options for LSBT 0193.017. This has been an ongoing issue about feasibility for getting a scattered sewer connection. The last time we asked Uncle to come back with some options for the current property owner as well as the potential possible future buyer. Mitch, did Don convey?
Yes, so if you look in your packets, there's a map with kind of a sewer route where we're coming off of Wooded Hills Drive with a sewer and running up Town Line Road. And then eventually getting into the development and to try to service those 8, 9 lots, whatever it ends up being. That being said, as soon as we get into Town Line Road with the rolling hills and so forth, that sewer ends up coming out of the ground where we wouldn't be able to extend it all the way up there. That being said, we did want to give you guys just an idea. If it were potentially feasible to run that sanitary sewer, we did prepare a cost estimate on what it would end up costing and then also what that ends up being for each of the cost per sewer connection. So you can see that in there as well. And whether that's something that you guys would want to continue to look for.
Do these homeowners know what's going on in their area?
I don't know that answer.
Do they?
I apologize.
I don't
What's
think
going on?
so.
What do you mean, what's going on?
Do they know that that someone wants to buy this lot and we know it's non-buildable at this time? So in order for him to get sewer, he has to bring in other people?
Well, I think if the committee decided to move in that direction, then we would obviously
But I
reach out
don't
to
know if
those.
they knew ahead of time because of, so they have no inkling what's going on with this.
I would imagine not, no.
So going from the Fieldstone lift station up Town Line, not
It's
even
not
possible
feasible. No,
in any manner,
no.
not even a really expensive one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think so. I think we probably looked at the best case scenario / only case. So,
$67,900
Yeah.
per homeowner,
yes. that would be-
minimum.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can't lay that sewer. It's
Yeah,
not possible.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it is immaterial. I was just.
$10, it still wouldn't. be-
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the amount. I'm going,
Yeah, we ran everything at minimum grade and we just can't get there.
there's no other way that you can come down the road or anything? In the subdivision?
Yeah, we had talked about relaying some section on Carberry to get it lower to then come back south and then east through that cul-de-sac area.
I can have him take a look at that or see if he did. Off of Carberry.
Yeah, it was to go back to that section of Carberry between Bramble and Plainview Parkway. And it was to lower that grade so that we could then make the corner and then hit Gulf View from the south entrance. But yeah, I think he was thinking that was way more impactful because then we'd have to relay, I think it was 11 properties plus the new unserviced properties. So I'm guessing that's a way more costly option than.
I will talk to him and have him report back to you guys on that one.
May I ask, who is paying for this? All this work? Is the utility paying for this or is it the landowner who wants, because normally when there's something to be done with the property, those property owners pay, say, I'll sign a piece of paper and say they will pay any of the costs involved in getting for their particular property. So who's paying for this? Is it the lot owner or is it the utility?
It would be the village at this point. I haven't requested a professional fee and reimbursement form for this, so it would be engineering costs.
It's a good idea, because we've done that in the past, that if somebody wants some work done on, for their particular purpose, that they pay for part of that or all of it. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of our responsibility, though, if they're in the sewer district, to at least determine whether it's feasible for them to hook up or not. And then if they're not, then make that determination, which may be trending in the direction that we're going toward, because I think the cost is gonna get very, very expensive if you're talking about relaying and going all the way back to Carberry. That expense is gonna continue to go up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think this benefits more than just a single property at this point. In the sense of actually extending.
But they have to bring in those in. They have to bring them in, and I don't think those homeowners are gonna be real happy because they don't know about it. So that's why I'm concerned. I just don't want to be a shock to them.
I would suggest we keep this item on the agenda for next month, and we'll talk about it.
Sure.
We're not gonna make any decisions.
No, exactly.
No, I agree with that. And I know we didn't have any input in the beginning, but if we have any property owner input, can you please convey that to staff so that we know which direction, either by way of the engineer administrator, that you guys want to go with this, because it's not looking feasible on a community standpoint.
Use the future potential owner.
Yeah, so yeah, and just for meetings laws, you can direct your comments after to staff, or I can meet with you and we can kind of get an idea where you want to go with it. But, all right, anything else from the committee? All right, new business discussion, necessary action regarding quotes for valve replacement at the Dubnica, Fieldstone, and Good Hope lift stations, and recommendation to the village board for same.
So within your packets, I believe you'll see a quote from both Dorner and also from Sable Mechanical. Just so you're aware, the quote from Dorner is just for the materials for that replacement of those valves, check valves. And also then there's the cost for the installation. That's Sable Mechanical that would do that work. So that's totaling between the two, $19,821.92. And then when Don did talk with Sable about this, they said that they would need someone to assist or another company to help with bypassing. So he did talk with Sussex. They're willing to provide a laborer and the equipment, a vac truck to come out there and do that work while they're switching out the check valves and so forth.
Why are we going to a mechanical contractor in Fond du Lac?
Exactly, thank you.
I'm not sure. I don't know if that's who maybe Dorner's worked with in the past. That could be. I could ask that question to Don. I'm not sure. I'm
I
assuming you
mean,
must have
this
something
works
close
out to be about, well, it does, these two quotes, it's gonna be somewhere around $8,000 a station or more by the time we end up pumping them and everything else, and the rest of the labor's in there. So that's about $4,000 a valve.
Mhm.
Holy Christmas.
Right.
I mean, if it's gotta be, why are we replacing them? I'm trying to remember.
Right, me too. Thank you.
There was an inspection done, from what I understand, from Dorner, and these were items that they saw were seeing their the end of their life and some additional wear and tear on them that they recommended replacing.
All three of them.
Yep, they had done the inspection in all three.
Dan, did we have this in the budget or is this out of budget?
I didn't anticipate it being in the budget, no.
Okay.
So not to say we can't fit it within the budget, but I mean, it's,
Couldn't remember if we had that as a line item.
I mean, if we went ahead with this, and if it's gotta be done, it's gotta be done, but I would think that we'd be looking at a motion to the village board to not to exceed $25,000. By the time we get done horsing around with this, it's gonna be a lot more than 20.
We won't know Sussex costs and what that looks like
Right,
though.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
It-
just
Cause that's
guessing.
that time and materials
I
thing.
know.
Yeah, it's an hourly
Yeah,
thing that they'd be charging.
so if these valves are $20,000, I'm just saying maybe $5,000 to sit out there and with a truck and we can get, I don't know if if somebody believes it's gonna be more than that, I just don't wanna do this twice. And it's gonna, the fact of the matter is, by the time we come back to the next meeting, it better be done, so. We can't go back for more, we have to go back to pay the bill, but we don't have to go, but we can't go back to pay, get permission to spend that kind of money, cause it's gonna be done,
Right.
so. I don't know,
And do we need to do this, this meeting? I mean,
I don't remember what the report said, what the sense of urgency, I understand they need to be done, but I don't know if there's like imminent failure happening or if it's something that we could perhaps wait until budget time or, pick the most critical station now and then budget for it later. I don't honestly remember what the report said.
yeah, because 3 of these or 6 of these are check valves and 6 of them are valves, so.
no, and I didn't see this until, I mean, when the agenda materials were submitted, but the quotes are back from October of 25. So my assumption is that Sussex probably had them inspected and determined that these repairs had to be done because Sussex was provided these quotes, not us. So I don't know what Sussex's sense of urgency is. They're the ones that kind of maintain our lift stations. So we could put it off to the next meeting, then have that discussion with their engineer and see, how urgent it is and if, maybe we get time to look at a couple other quotes if necessary.
I mean, I agree. I think a comparative, quote process for this kind of money is valuable. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
When is the last time this was done? Was it ever done?
It probably wasn't ever done.
Yeah. It was all original.
I believe that's probably the case, but it's not something you do very often, but
So Mitch, just to be clear, for Don, we'll request multiple quotes to
Yep.
compare, and then we'll bring it back. Madam Clerk, we'll bring it back next month.
But,
All right.
Got it.
perfect.
Thank you.
Hearing nothing on that. Item 6, moving for adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Made by Ms. Wheel, seconded by
second.
Ms. Miller. All in favor, or any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Meeting concludes at 6:05 PM. That concludes the Public Works and Utility Committee meeting.